Hello, everyone, and welcome to Episode 1, Season 2 of the Hawkins Hellfire Collective.
Season 2!
Season 2! I am Zach Grubb.
And I'm Devin Grubb.
And this is our Halloween episode. It's coming out on October 30th, and we have dressed for the occasion. I am in full Demogorgon cosplay, like TV show quality makeup effects here. And you cannot prove otherwise because this is a podcast.
I'm just Eddie.
Yeah, she's dressed as Eddie. That wasn't hard. We literally just needed a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hard. I could be any kind of Eddie. I have so many Eddie things.
Right? What I think is fantastic about this is that we're literally only doing it for a podcast where no one can see us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right. So, episode 1 of season 2, Madmax.
Madmax. Oh, you're kicking me off? Okay, so the episode starts out in Pittsburgh on October 28th, 1984. And if we're going to pretend that we had never seen it before, we're like, well, who are these hooligans?
Hooligans. Yeah, who are these characters we know nothing about?
Characters we know nothing about. Our show doesn't take place in Pittsburgh. Who are these strange people who have clearly robbed a bank?
Oh, wait, they're in a car chase. Car chase, that's different for Stranger Things. Whoa, does that other girl have powers?
Yeah, and then she wipes her hand or
wipes the blood
off her nose, and you see there's an 8, and that was mind blowing at the time.
Super hype. So here's the thing. We hate these characters.
Oh my god.
The season really tried to play them up and make you care about them, but I don't think a single character in that they had no charm. I had no interest in anything that was going on with these characters the entire season.
Well, okay. You can't say the whole season, though, because we see them in episode 1, and as far as I know, we don't see them again until episode 8.
Exactly. So we spend the whole season wondering
about these characters.
What was going on with these people at the beginning of the season, and then the payoff is just abysmal. But we will get to that when we get to that episode. Let's not harp on that for now.
No.
Because we have legitimate grievances.
Well,
that we will get to.
Grievances. I mean, I think going back and rewatching, I've really enjoyed watching this season so far because there's a lot that we forgot.
I'm referring to grievances with those characters, not with the season.
Okay,
no.
Okay.
Because I want to say we both had a lot of fun watching the first episode of season 2.
We have a lot of notes.
We do. But my first note is actually about 8.
Okay.
Why are her powers different from 11's? All of the kids have the same powers. When we go into season 4 and we see all those kids.
Yeah.
And honestly, it makes me want to read the non-canon comics because I feel like they probably would make more sense with that character.
But now, according to 1 in season 4, in those flashbacks, 8 is already gone.
Yeah, she is.
But maybe that has something to do with it.
I don't we get an explanation for why she's gone during season 2? Like her mom came back and stole her away?
Maybe, I don't know. Because why is she like this renegade kid that's like,
we've forgotten some of the details, but I think those are things that we'll get to.
Oh god, I feel like I've blocked those episodes.
Yeah, for real. But I think that's another instance of the Duffers going back and being like, okay, season 4, we want to change what we did in season 2. Although I do think season 2 is more planned out for Endgame.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just from, what we've our notes that we've taken and what we've talked about, there's definitely, they knew more of what they were doing, I feel like, or they planned out more of what they were doing with this season. Because like you said, when we were wrapping up season 1, they didn't know if they wanted to make it an anthology. They didn't really know and this one is clearly like, this is what's happening. This is our through line.
Right. I think you're right. I think there's a vague form of an overall story that's starting to come together.
Yes.
Right, so I don't want to bogart all the time here at the beginning. Throw me some notes.
Okay. Well, I mean, once we get past Pittsburgh, I have that we are at Dusty Bun's house, and he is... I'm not going to call him anything else.
I know.
We're at Dusty Bun's house, and he's walking the boys to go to the arcade.
The arcade, yeah.
Yep. And in that time, we see that Mike is still trying to find 11 through the walkie-talkie, and he's just sad and sitting in the little fort.
Poor Mike.
That he kept. But, I mean, they're all still friends, best friends forever. And we get to see Will included, which is great.
And they knew who the star of the show was by starting with Dustin. That's, we're just going to start off with Dustin.
But yeah, they're also friends. They go to the arcade, and they're playing Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's
Lair. And I will let you take the reins.
So, Dragon's Lair is a really cool game. I won't get too far into it because I love talking about stuff like this, and it will, make this episode way too long. But my big thing is, does Dragon's Lair have any significance on the season? They love to do this thing of, influencing, using D&D influence. And my first thought is, okay, that's the arcade game they're going to show us. I wonder if this has any bearing on the whole story. And I want to go back after we get a few episodes under our belt and really think about that.
I don't know much about that game, so that would be all on you to see if there's any kind of correlation between the two, but I think that's a really interesting take. They're not really playing D&D this season.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Lucas the one playing
Dragon's Lair?
Dragon's Lair?
No, it's Dustin.
It's Dustin?
It's Dustin because I wrote here, Madmax is beating Dustin at all of his games.
Oh, right. And no, I think when Dustin loses, Lucas says he actually did better than Dustin did. But they both see that Madmax is on top.
And she's on top of... And Madmax is on top of all the games. We don't know who Madmax is yet.
Maybe, and this is a stretch, but let's circle back around from season 4. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is more about alluding to Lucas saving Max from Vecna.
Well, Lucas and Max are tied together from season 2
I know,
on,
but Dragon's Lair is all about being a knight saving a princess from a dragon.
Oh,
and
maybe.
The princess is being kept in a magic bubble where she's floating in the air.
Okay, well, maybe.
This is a stretch. It's
a stretch, but I mean...
Just going to throw it out there.
That's what we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah. And fun tidbit, the game was made by Disney artists. We'll move on from that now, though. My next note is actually, you have a theory about Will.
Yeah, this is, when we watched this, it, I couldn't articulate things because... So, Will immediately has, a vision of essentially, Hawkins, but in the upside down. And it's visions of the upside down in the real world. He is not in the upside down. And at first you think, okay, he's having, flashbacks of what things were like for him in the upside down. But now... knowing what we've seen from season 4, I'm wondering if it's foreshadowing what's to come. Is him seeing Hawkins in the upside down, but the upside down being Hawkins, is that him almost having visions of what we're in for season 5, because it's the Mind Flayer that is making these things happen, and we know that the Mind Flayer is controlled by Vecna. So my theory is that these visions are foreshadowing. And then I also have, this is also part of you. I just have in the big picture, Will is possessed by the Mind Flayer, and the Mind Flayer is controlled by one, which is what I just said. But you also have a theory.
Is this my thing about Vecna possibly controlling Will?
When he has visions.
So this comes in a later episode, but
we'll talk about it more then. But I feel like it goes in line with this.
I think the next episode actually disproves this theory of mine, because I remember when Will is actually being taken over by the Mind Flayer. I'm pretty sure his eyes do that whited over thing from season 4. But my theory was that Will is just experiencing this stuff and then snapping out of it like they did from Vecna Visions. But in the next episode, we actually see Will running around in the Upside Down or Hawkins' Upside Down vision. And when he wakes up, he's in a different place.
He's in a different place, right.
So he is moving. And I think it is a vision of the Upside Down, but I think it's also existing at the same time. I think he's trapped between spaces at this time, and that's why Vecna's able to manipulate him like this.
Oh, so you don't think?
No, I think your theory is like halfway right. I think you're on the right track.
Okay, I just got really excited about that theory, and now I'm getting shot down.
No, you're not getting shot down. I think I'm not shooting it down at all.
Okay.
No, Will exists between worlds, and I think that's due to Vecna trying to get the Mind Flayer into him.
That would make sense, though. Will existing between two worlds, and that would make sense as to why back in season 1 he can sort of communicate with 11 when she's in that mind space.
That's a really good call out. You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you had said it when we watched episode 2, or that he is the flea.
He is the flea.
That he's the
flea in the acrobat.
In the flea in the acrobat situation. So that would make a lot of sense as to why he can talk to her. Yeah. He can see her.
And I think he's still like that even in season 4. That's why he can feel Vecna's presence. Like the hair on the back of his neck stands up.
And he knows that he's hurt. And,
he can feel the Upside Down.
Yeah.
So he's still somewhat between worlds.
I just got really excited.
I know.
Anywho, then I don't know what you have.
The next thing I get into is Murray. Because we're introduced to Murray.
Oh, right. I missed all of that.
Oh, man. All right.
Well, because I got excited about my theory, so I just kind of like blocked out stuff.
So then we get the scenes where we first meet Murray. He's starting to see the pattern about what happened to Barb.
Because he was hired by Barb's parents, correct?
Yes. He was wrong. Very wrong, but also interesting because he's paranoid about Russia and their experiments and what they could have to do with everything. And it's interesting that comes back around in season 3 and 4. Murray's got this through line of thinking Russia's behind the scenes doing stuff. And he's not totally wrong. He's on the wrong track, but for whatever reason, Murray sees the big picture. And then we get to Nancy helping Steve with his admissions essay.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, and Steve's like, "Oh, I think I'll go work for my dad," and he goes in a wildly different direction.
Yeah.
I was actually convinced that in season 3, Steve was going to be a cop.
Doesn't he get like cut off or something, and that's why he's working at Scoops Ahoy or something like that?
It's a throwaway line about. Okay. There's a throwaway line about that, I think.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right,
we'll get to that.
We haven't gotten there yet.
I'm still a little bummed that season 3, or was it? At some point, I thought, like, it would make a lot of sense if Steve became a cop.
It was at the end of this season.
At the end of season 2.
At the end of season 2, you were like, I bet you Steve's going to be a cop next season. And
we're going to see him working with Hopper.
And then, boom, he's in, like, a sailor uniform making ice cream.
Ugh. Then, we get Billy showing up, decked out in denim. I know we have strong feelings on Billy.
Are we not going into
Not
Billy
in this
yet?
episode. Okay. Not in this episode. Okay. Billy doesn't do enough in this episode for us to get into it.
I just want to say this. I have one thing to say. Let me say it because it's about entrances, and I am dressed as Eddie today, so I have the right.
Okay.
Billy's entrance was not as epic as Eddie, and I'm only saying that because a lot of people like to compare the two, and I am sorry, Eddie's entrance was much better. That is all I have to say.
Well, Eddie had one of the best character entrances in the entire show. Like, that's not even a question.
It's not a question, but people compare the two all the time, and I have a lot of feelings, and I'm going to hold these feelings in.
I know you really want to get into this. We will get into it in the next episode.
I know. I'm done. I just had to say it. It was in my notes. Yep. It had to be said.
So more importantly than Billy showing up, we get introduced to Max.
Yay, Max!
And that's it. Like, nothing happens. They're just like, Madmax. Anyway, Bob Newby, superhero, is introduced.
We're introduced to Boom Boom Boom. New character.
Sean Astin is just so good in this role. It's ridiculous. We get to see Joyce, like, genuinely happy.
I have Bob Newby equals happy Joyce.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and he doesn't like scary movies, but he loves adventures. Mr. Goonies.
Right. That's what he does. He's Goonies. He's Samwise Gamgee. Potatoes.
Yep. Potatoes. So there is a comic about Bob, and it's not about Bob, but Bob is like a driving force in it. We will get into that at the end of the season. It's really good. You still have to read it.
I have to do my homework.
Yeah, it's really good character work for Will.
Okay.
So, just throwing that out there. Do you want to take us into the next bit?
What's wrong with my pumpkins?
What's wrong with my pumpkins? All rotting from the Upside Down's influence. I mean, we know that. It seems pretty obvious to me, even I think back when we watched this the first time, that's what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because the way that they're rotting. Like, they're
like
black,
drained of color.
They're black, they're moldy. Like, I feel moldy is not the right word to describe it, but it's the best one I have. But it's almost like there are particles around them.
Yeah.
You know, like they're giving off some kind of like not stench or odor, but something.
They look wrong. And if you've seen the Upside Down, you catch that look right away. And it's honestly surprising to me that it takes Hopper as long as it does for him to be like, oh, I know this.
But he's on the case.
He's on the case.
You know, he wants to figure out the mystery of the rotting pumpkins.
The rotting pumpkins.
Which he goes into more of in the next episode.
We wrote down basically the same thing for the next scene. It's just Jonathan and Nancy vibing, like being friends.
They're besties.
And then Steve loves Nancy so much.
Yeah, why?
I don't know why we wrote that, but we both wrote that.
Yeah, I was fluctuating a lot. I'm on the Nancy and Steve train.
Season 2 really drives it home. It really does.
Yeah, but she broke his heart.
Yeah, she was awful. And, like, she was going through some stuff, but, like, God. Yeah. So, Season 2, Mike is still worried about Will.
Yeah.
Mike is still a good character.
Well, the next thing that because that was ticked because Will is going to his quote-unquote appointment.
Yeah, his doctor's appointments.
And it is an appointment with Hawkins' lab. It's also the first time that we meet Dr. Owens, because he is his doctor, essentially. And they try, they I guess talk to him about like things in the Upside Down and everything and stuff that he went through. But I put in a little note that Will's favorite candy is Reese's Pieces, as a really cute callback to E.T.
Yeah.
There was a lot of E.T.
There was a lot of E.T. in
references in season 1. I just thought that was cool.
And I think that speaks more to, like, the fun relationship Will and Eleven would have together, just, like, being friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish we got to see more of that. Maybe we will in season 5.
I hope so. Especially because they were, essentially brother and sister in season 4, and we really didn't get to see them interact much.
No, even though it very much came across like Will was like the protective older brother.
Right, but you got to see some interaction with them, but not... I wanted more. I want more for them.
Me too. Because their chemistry on screen is great.
Well, they're best friends in real life. Yeah.
So from this whole scene, honestly, the only thing I got was that Owens is immediately likable, and I want to say I never really doubted him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though they kind of built him up to be another, Papa, in a way, I never really doubted that he had Will's best interest at heart.
No, well, because I don't think they built him up to be another Papa. I feel like Hopper...
they were trying to keep it vague enough that, is he another bad guy?
He just seemed so inherently good and so wanting to actually help.
He was genuine.
Right.
Yeah.
That it was hard to think of him as anything else.
Yeah. And after introducing him, I was just thinking to myself, the plan for the show is so much more evident with all of these long-term characters being introduced. Obviously, we didn't know at the time that they were long-term characters, but they're really fleshing out the cast. Mm-hmm. And you can tell that, like, okay, this is ramping up. This isn't... unplanned. We have all of these new pieces on the table on purpose. Okay, so Will felt evil looking at him and wanted to kill everyone.
Okay, I didn't know. I have that note too, and I didn't know what it was in reference to.
It was during this scene where he's talking to Owens. It's one's plan to kill everyone, and like right there, right at the beginning, Will is feeling one's presence.
Yeah.
Like, he already has his claws in him. That's cool.
Yeah.
That ties all the way back. And this is the kind of stuff I was hoping to see when the Duffers said, oh yeah, we've been planning this from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, guys, not the beginning.
Not
but
the
you
very
have
beginning,
been planning
but,
this.
yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, and I think then we start talking about the equipment for the dust again.
No, it just says that they're containing the gate with fire, burning the hive mind. That's what I put.
Oh, yeah, but I think I got back on that train of like, oh, they got their specialized equipment going into the dust again.
You did, yeah, because like I said, they're trying to contain the gate.
Yeah.
And they're in like hazmat suits.
Yeah. We've talked about this. Season 2 is on, like, keeps it going with the hazmat suit thing. I don't think we're going to get an answer as to what happened to that until season 3, because I don't remember if we ever actually see anybody go into the Upside Down in season 3. I don't think we do.
We don't. We're strictly in Hawkins in season 3, if I recall.
I will withhold my judgment for now, but I very strongly think that this is just a plot point that was dropped.
Yeah.
Steve and Nancy have...
No,
we got some stuff before that.
Dustin and Lucas are both crushing on Max.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have.
That's it.
That's it.
And Mike is acting out a lot. Seems, if I put a dash in here, seems most likely to take on the Eddie persona. All the more annoying that, you know, Mike isn't informed that Eddie died and we never see a reaction to that. I know.
You can't tell me that we're not going to talk about Eddie and then talk about Eddie.
She's literally holding her head in her hands. I'm sorry. It was in reference to the way Mike was acting. They were kind of building him up to become that character. We'll move past it.
Thank you.
Steve and Nancy having dinner at Barb's house.
My favorite moment. I think it's everyone's favorite moment. I love KFC. Finger licking good.
This is finger licking good. Makes me want fried chicken.
Oh, Steve. But they find out that
they hired Murray.
Right, yeah. At that dinner, they find out that they're moving because they hired Murray, and they think that Murray has had made a breakthrough in Barb's case.
They're not wrong. They're
not wrong, but it's not what they want to know.
No, Murray is tying threads together though, so they're not wrong in what they're doing.
Right.
And then, I know we already talked about it, but we get another scene of Mike trying to talk to Elle. He tries to talk to her every single night.
He does try to talk to her a lot. And the other boys are always like, why are you on this frequency?
Yeah, why are you on this channel? Why are you on this channel?
I'm just trying to find my girlfriend, guys.
Like, guys, do you really not know what he's doing? Come on.
You're all smart.
You're best friends. Like, of course you know what he's doing. He's trying to find his girlfriend. Then we got a little scene of the Demislug hiding out in the trash. They don't show us anything, but the trash can's like...
Yeah, I didn't write that down. I wrote Jonathan is best big brother.
I have that too, but wait. Before that, Mike is the only person Will doesn't call out as treating him like a baby.
I said only person Will said wasn't treating him differently was Mike. Mike still treats him the same. Everybody else treats Will like he's gonna break.
Yeah.
Or that he's a freak. And this is why I put Jonathan as best big brother. Because he tells, Will is confiding.
Oh, you want to be normal?
Right. But Will is confiding in Jonathan and telling him that he's tired of feeling this way. Feeling like he's the outcast because of what happened to him. And Jonathan, he does he's like, well, that's, nobody's normal.
No, nobody's normal. I'm not normal. You want to be an outcast. It's cool. Do you want to be, what was it? Ted Nugent?
No. He doesn't say anything because then Bob comes in and he's like, do you want to watch Mr. Mom?
No, before that. He's like, he mentions two musicians, doesn't he? Like, do you want to be Bowie or do you want to be...
No, that's in the first season. He was do you want to be Bowie or do you want to be somebody else?
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Like, Bowie's cool. But he kind of it's kind of the same conversation that they have. And as he's saying that, Bob walks in and he's like,
Mr. Mom, perfect,
cool.
woo!
Yeah. And Jonathan's like, I rest my case.
Yeah. And then we get those two scenes of Hawkins' lab kind of going nuts, like all those lights going off and things happening.
At the same time, Will is having another one of his visions.
Yeah. So
again, I feel like that furthers our theory of him being tied to the Upside Down, or like...
Will is the flea. He can't do it on his own, though. Like, he needs that influence from Vecna to travel between worlds, basically.
Because he doesn't have the same like the powers that they have.
No.
But...
I think it's a form of mindscape that Vecna is, like, forcing him through into the Upside Down. We've talked about it. We'll get into it more.
I don't know. I feel like we're really getting into some like interesting stuff with this season.
I think so.
You know, with Will, because a lot of stuff happens with Will this season, and I think a lot of what happens, what we've seen happen, and what is going to happen this season, I feel like we're going to be able to draw some parallels and some connections and things.
I think so too. You know, one thing that bugs me just in general about this format, like the format we're doing here of this podcast, is that we're dealing in these theories, and I would love to hear what other people think. And there's no real way of doing that through here.
There's not through here. However, we have an Instagram page.
We do. That's right.
We have an Instagram page.
I swear to God, that wasn't a segue.
No, it wasn't.
I was really thinking that.
We have Instagram. We are on Instagram. It's at Hawkins Hellfire Collective, just like the, the actual podcast name. So find us, follow us, message us your theories. I post stories and stuff all the time. If there's anything that you want to see us or hear us talk about, message us. If we think it's a cool topic, we can take a look. We can talk about it. And
I would love to do a whole episode just on theory crafting, talking
about
the theories people have about the show.
Character chats, if you want to hear, more us go into more depth about like our characters and like
development
ships and stuff like that.
Okay, sure. You can do the ships.
I'm just saying, things that people like to talk about when they watch their shows. Hit us up.
Yeah, you know what we'll do? We'll start making posts the same day episodes come out. I know, but I mean like towards the end of the night where we can ask people like, "Hey, did you listen? Like, what do you think?"
Okay, yeah, we can. That will start on Sunday.
Yeah, I should really. I'll see if I can nail us down a Gmail account too, so people can reach out.
Okay, well, we'll have that. If we have that for you, we'll let you know. But as of right now, you can contact us on Instagram at Hawkins Hellfire Collective.
Definitely,
I run it.
Yes, she does. She does a fantastic job.
Oh, geez, thanks. I also put to jump back with the Will having a vision at with that whole thing. I also put, we kind of talked about it already, but it's like Vecna showing him what's going to happen like he did with Nancy.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know how much of it is Vecna showing him what's going to happen because he's not in that trance-like state. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, this was before.
Well, at least until the Mind Flayer gets him.
This note was taken before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree that Vecna is pushing him into the Upside Down and showing him these things. Like I mentioned before, like it's a kind of mindscape.
Yeah.
I think you're right that Vecna is the one doing this. I don't think Will can do it on his own.
No.
Even though he does have some kind of strange connection with the Upside Down and always has, as we know from the comic, with him being able to travel to the Upside Down without a portal.
Right. But he doesn't have the same, he doesn't have their powers.
No, at least not that
we know of.
Because
if he does, I would say that maybe he does, but they're like latent. Like,
yeah, if there's any character in the show with the ability, like with the possibility of having latent powers, it's Will.
It would be Will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I do think Vecna is pushing him into the Upside Down so that the Mind Flayer can get closer to him. For whatever reason, Vecna at this point doesn't seem to be able to take people over on his own. In fact,
he has to use things.
He might not be able to do that at all because he doesn't in season 4. He attacks people and like holds them still, but he never like invades their minds in a way that he can control them. That seems to be specifically the power of the Mind Flayer. Yeah,
because he's not like when any of them are. When he's in anybody that he like kills or tries to kill's mind, they are still and they don't do anything. Like he can't make them do anything.
Yeah, so like if he wants to control people's actions, he has to do it inadvertently through the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what I guess that would be why when he sees that, when he first gets to the Upside Down and he sees that, I feel like that's why he has that immediate like connection to it. Like, I can use this.
Yeah. I guess the big question then is that, again, I have to poke holes because that's what we're doing here. But if Vecna has the ability to do that, to just completely hold a person in place, why did he never do that to Will so that the Mind Flayer could just like walk up and take his body?
The Mind Flayer does take his body.
Yeah, but only because Will like does that whole thing where he's like, "I'm not afraid of you." Like Vecna doesn't hold him in place until the Mind Flayer gets to him. But I mean, maybe he can't do that because of the way Will is kind of flip-flopping between worlds.
Right. Like, I feel maybe that could be it, because Vecna can't come into the right side up.
Right.
That's why he wants these gates and everything, because I
wonder if that's how the dust is going to come back. Maybe he can't survive in the right side up. Maybe the only way for him to survive maybe the only way for him to survive in the right side up is if the upside down takes over, because then he'll be surrounded by the particles.
By the particles that he has grown so used to be.
Right, like that's around. He can't live without that. Maybe.
That's totally possible.
I mean, it would be a good way to write those particles back into the show.
Right, you know, he's essentially become one with them.
Yeah, I mean, he is basically one with the Upside Down.
Yeah, he is one with the Upside Down. Everything that's connected to him.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes, but we also have our running theory about its connection to Will, too. Like, our idea that...
I mean, physically.
Physically. Well, only when he's doing his spider thing.
But that's still, like...
And they took away his ability to do his spider thing.
Right, but he still has more of a physical connection to the Upside Down in that sense.
Definitely. So, there's just a little more theory crafting around Vecna, which is cool. That we can do that with the first episode of season 2.
Right. Vecna was such a cool...
He's a good villain.
Yeah.
But getting back to the episode, because we do have the final scene of the episode, the big reveal.
Small Bean 11 is with Hop.
11's living with Hopper.
Yup.
And they've got their little family.
Bean. Their little survivalist cabin in the woods.
And immediately...
he's trying to protect her.
He's trying to protect her. And I immediately thought, like, okay, so, like, all that stuff at the end of the first season didn't really pay off. Like, the whole Hop leaving those Eggos, like, they get into it in the next episode.
We get a whole bunch of flashbacks.
I still don't like it. I'll talk about it then, but I still think it's like, oh, we did that at the end of season 1. We have to write that into the beginning of season 2.
I mean, yeah, but...
Like, oh, we didn't plan how this was going to come together. We're going to have to throw that in there.
But I love it, because they're just sitting and they're having their little, like, TV dinners at the table.
Yeah. And, they're in a weird survivalist cabin, but, like, 11 has a sense of normalcy for the first time ever.
Absolutely. She's got a father figure.
Yeah.
Like an actual father figure, not a papa.
Yep.
You know, it's somebody who, in, you know, his gruff way, really does care about this kid.
Yeah. Although, I don't think it's ever addressed, and we'll see if it is throughout the season, but he completely sold her out in season 1.
Yeah, he did.
And that's like, okay, we're a family now. Like, cool. Like, no, I respected Hop, but, like, you also sold this kid out. Like,
right.
Are we not going to talk about that?
He sold her out to get Will back.
Yeah. And I get it, because this season dives into, Hop and Joyce's friendship / relationship a little bit.
Yeah, they talk about, like, their past, because they knew each other, and they were friends in high school and stuff, so...
And again, we'll talk about that in the next episode, but I think it speaks to, like, trying to build out these characters and flesh them out more, because I don't think that was something they intended in season 1, but it works really well.
Yeah, I mean, you got an understanding of the characters in season 1, but they weren't... I don't want to say they weren't 3-dimensional characters, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to use that term.
No, but, like...
But, like, they feel more real.
Yeah, because you get into their histories with
their
each other.
Their backstories and stuff. Like, you learn more about them
like Hop
before you met them.
Yeah, Hop and Joyce talk about being in high school together, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that works.
Yeah.
You know, it's never something that was implied in season 1, but I guess it didn't really have to be. That's an easy connection to make as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it does work. And obviously, all through season 3 and 4, it works really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's where we'll wrap up our first episode, our Halloween episode of season 2.
Yes. Season 2, baby!
Season 2. I'm really excited that we've made it to this point.
Yeah.
I'm really digging the fact that we're able to just dive in episode to episode. And we're going to keep this going. I really think that we're going to stick with this. We're going to get all the way through season 4.
Yes.
And then we'll start talking season 5 speculation.
Yeah, well, we'll have to, because I did hear or read on the interwebs, I don't know how true it is, that season 5 isn't going to start filming until 2023.
Well, you read it on the internet, so it must be true.
It has to be true.
I mean,
I don't remember.
It's October 19th, 2022. I would be very surprised if they started filming before 2023.
They should film in January and release in October.
Okay. No, not for nothing. I would love to have another Halloween release of Stranger Things.
But we should.
I agree.
Because I had, the first season came out in the summer. The second season came out around Halloween. The third season came out in the summer. The fourth season should have came out around Halloween, but COVID pushed it back, so it didn't come out till the summer.
So we're owed a Halloween season. We are. When else am I going to wear this Demogorgon suit?
The Eddie wig's itchy.
So do you want to do our sign off, hun? Is it you want to say it?
I'm Devin Grubb.
I'm Zach Grubb.
Dusty Buns gets it done.